Hey, are you treating ChatGPT like a cheap lady of the night when you could be wooing her like your soulmate? Let's make sure you're using ChatGPT correctly so you can get your money's worth on this free platform. Make sure you watch till the end so you can see the biggest thing that I learned that has helped me immensely in my business. Hey, I'm James Hund, a licensed realtor in Colorado, and I help realtors start and scale their real estate businesses. So mistake number 1, you are giving up too soon. Are you a quitter? Some of you are tossing in the towel just way too early after just a couple of attempts with ChatGPT. Don't get cold feet just yet. Prompt engineering isn't just a sprint, it's a marathon. Consider doing this. Don't just assume your task is impossible because your first few attempts just totally bombed. Give it another shot, revamp your prompt, simplify your language, or provide a little bit more context. You'd be amazed at how a minor adjustment can really transform the quality of the output. Just really have fun with it. Just keep on asking questions until you kind of get it to where you want it, and you'll kind of learn later on, like, okay, now I can say this. I know this from experience. I play around with ChatGPT a lot, seeing it stupid stuff and respond, and then I started realizing what it actually wanted. Second mistake, you're being too polite. Listen up, this isn't a Sunday tea party. ChatGPT doesn't respond to subtle hints and polite suggestions. It's not a timid junior developer. It's a machine, and it wants to be treated like one. Here's another approach. Be clear, be direct. ChatGPT doesn't have feelings, so you won't hurt them. Just say exactly what you want it to do. I do this, and I say exactly what I want, and then ChatGPT says, hey, you've gone too far. So, it'll tell you once you go too far. Mistake number 3, you haven't developed your point of view. Does ChatGPT's output feel a bit dull, like a college paper written at 3 a.m. when you're coming off Adderall? That's probably because you didn't specify what you want. It's like asking an artist to create something nice. It's kind of vague, right? Better option may be define your main points first, your perspective, then engage ChatGPT into really brainstorming based on your outline. So if you're inviting an AI to a party, you got to give it a destination and a theme, not just a vague, hey, come hang out, or at 2 a.m., hey, what you doing? You up? Mistake number 4, you're using the generic tone. Oh, you think the default tone of ChatGPT is dry and boring? Well, who would have thought? If you're aiming for something other than AI's version of vanilla, you got to really make it clear what you want. So here's something you could really experiment with. Describe the tone you're after, or specifying a character that ChatGPT could really emulate. So maybe yourself or a character it would know from its training set. Want it to sound like an old-timey detective? Then say so. You want it to sound like a Midwest realtor who is a top producer and is talking to his clients currently and finally get them to say yes to the house? Then say so. Give it more information, the better. So, even those little funny things, like you can write, like describe a scene. It's like, make it sound like this person. It actually works pretty darn well. Mistake number 5, you didn't give enough context. Dropping one-liners and expecting a masterpiece in return? This isn't a comedy club, my friend. Are you dropping one-liners and expecting something in return? Well, this isn't a comedy club, so the more details you feed into ChatGPT, the better your chances are at getting a satisfying output. So consider doing this. When you're crafting your prompt, serve a full course of information. Context, specific examples, stylistic preferences. It's really all about setting the entire stage for ChatGPT to really perform. Mistake number 6, you're playing it too safe. Sure, risk aversion is a great quality in a stockbroker, but we're working with AI here. Playing it safe with ChatGPT gets you bland results, and I know you don't want that, so turn that temperature up. So here's another approach. Push the boundaries a little. Experiment with unusual prompts and instructions. The best AI outputs often come from creative and unexpected prompts. Again, know this from experience. I just threw everything at it. If it came to my mind, I was telling ChatGPT it until I finally okay, here's where we need to be. Mistake number 7, you're not using that temperature setting. That's right, ChatGPT isn't always ice cold. It's got some temperatures. You can turn up the heat or cool it down depending on how random or consistent you want your output. So a better option might be try adjusting the temperature setting. Want coherent and focused content? Cool it down. Need more randomness and creativity? Turn up that heat. Mistake number 8, you're ignoring the system message. Newsflash, the system message isn't just there for decoration. Ignoring it is like overlooking the operator's manual of a new gadget. Not the smartest move, right? You can really use what it tells you to guide ChatGPT, especially in an interactive setting. Can really help set the stage and instructions for a conversation. So what you could do is hey, act like you're Shakespeare writing this play from 16 whatever else and talk in that tone. Write me a poem like you're Mussolini in it's 1942. Terrible examples, but you see what I'm saying. Just really go have fun with it. Give it an example for it to emulate, and that will really help out what you're trying to get after. Mistake number 9, you're just overloading it with instructions in just one prompt. So the temptations to just take a dump of truckload of information into the prompt can definitely be overwhelming. I get it, but remember, ChatGPT is limited on what it can process. So if you put too much into it, it's not going to give you a great output, and it's going to actually skip some things that you think are really key, and it's just going to kind of go over that. So consider this: keep your instructions concise. Overloading information can really lead to an output that misses your point completely. It's better to give ChatGPT the most important details first, then gradually add some more stuff. Mistake number 10, you're not asking for help. You can always ask for help, even if it's with an AI. So don't hesitate to ask ChatGPT for help. So what I do a lot of times, I say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm working on this. I want a blog post, and it's about Denver real estate, and it's directed at people who are looking to move to Denver. Can you help me write a blog post? And here are some of the main points I want to get across. So, and I also end it with, please ask me any questions that will help you write this blog post. And of course, those give me a list of exactly what it needs. I'm like, okay, cool. So I answer those questions, and then it just turns out a lot better that way. So, and if you also need help and some other things, there's the OpenAI community. It's filled with prompt engineering veterans who can really lend a hand. There's so much information out there to really help you. Reach out to the OpenAI community. Remember to ask ChatGPT for help. You can just kind of treat it like a normal person. If you don't understand something, you would just ask them. You can do the same thing with ChatGPT. So there you have it. These are the top 10 mistakes people are making with ChatGPT, and some nifty little tricks to how to avoid them. It's not about winning or losing. It's really about conversing with an AI. It takes some getting used to, but you'll get it. So keep on learning. If you'd like to know more about this, you can book a call directly with me, James Hund. My calendar link is below, and I can also show you some more tips and tricks. And if you'd like to join our record-breaking group, the Wolfpack, you can do that as well. If you're ready to unleash the full potential of ChatGPT and skyrocket your real estate business, be sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so you can always stay tuned in for more game-changing content from the Elevated Realtors. If you're a real estate agent and want to take your business to the next level in our record-breaking group, make sure you schedule a call directly with me in that Calendly link below. Bye, friends. Go out there and crush it.